see something, or if you want to hear something funny, coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Dove Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
We just bad-mouthed each other's wives.
No, not
Wow.
not like that.
You, sir, are an angry man.
I'm a little scared. Hi, everybody. It's the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. We're coming at you live from on Gov's Comedy Club podcast, YouTube channel, Facebook channel. If you'd like to comment and talk to us, which we hope you do,
My arm is broken.
please do so on the YouTube feed because that is where we're monitoring the comments.
see in a second.
And we're very excited. We're very excited. We have our friend Will Conway, the one we'll see.
Thank you.
In the flesh. We had Matt last week in here. Now we got you.
Yeah.
And now we just have to get GD in here.
Yeah, the
at
Mind
some
Dog
point, too.
universe is making its presence known at
That's
the Governor's.
Rock and roll.
Coffee with the Dog, which you could see every morning at 9 a.m., 5 days a week. And then Matt is like live more than he's not. I don't know how that guy does it.
He's so busy. And like when you think about all that he does besides the podcasting, it gets even crazier.
Right. Yeah, he's
because he gigs all the time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his sniper work. Yeah, he's well. All right, tell us the truth. Does he like crack the whip? You know, when you guys aren't live, like make sure you say this or don't say that. Or
No,
like he doesn't get. I don't want to hear any more about. He was yelling. You guys are doing the show this morning. You guys are all talking at once. He's yelling. All right, everybody, calm down. Everybody, save their comedy till we say hi to the sitcom. Like, all right, take it easy. He was very grouchy. I was scared.
I mean, I grew up with a dad that was like super like over the top like that kind of, you know what
You're
I mean?
very lucky.
So like it's only a sliver, you know what I mean? Like,
Did he just say that Matt's his dad?
I mean,
I think that's what he
I
said.
think,
a little bit. I mean,
Transitive
I got some daddy issues. When
Transitive
it comes to Matt.
property.
That's probably true.
That's how that works. A equals B, B equals C, A equals C.
Matt Napo says GD is the worst. Wow. All right. John Rusiello is watching. Good morning, John. And Josh Goldman says, I'm in love with Andy.
That's one of my buddies from growing up.
Oh,
I
really?
love you too, Josh.
Oh,
That's great.
Did you need a moment?
Did you
No.
go on camping trips?
No, we're not outdoorsy kind of manly men
So
at
they
all.
finger blasted each other in their bedrooms.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of
We
growing
were
up,
studying.
you're a South Dakota guy.
Yeah, sort of. I
South
grew up
Dakota?
in Iowa, but I lived in South
okay.
Dakota for like 20 years.
Oh, okay.
This is like you trying to put people to sleep, like yourself to sleep about where you've lived in your life, Iowa and South Dakota.
Yeah.
Where else did you go? Wyoming.
Really taking risk in Montana, you know. Like, no, what happened was, so I grew up in Iowa, and then when I was a late teen, I got like real crazy in my life, and I ended up, when I got divorced from my first wife, who
You're in good company.
I did what I think any smart drug addict does. I married my connection for my first marriage. You know what I mean? Like, let's go ahead and get this stuff for free. You know.
Right.
But then things went south when she started to try and like taper me off, and I was like, "Fuck that!" And so we got divorced. But my buddy, who let me come live with him, he was like, you know, you can come live here, but if you live here, you can't do meth. Right. You know, because I was really hooked on meth. My wife was my meth dealer.
Wow.
You know, and so I got clean when I went to South Dakota. But South Dakota, I don't know if you know this, for years. In the late 90s and early 2000s, they had billboards. Highway Patrol paid to do billboards on the South Dakota like border highways, like where you would come into the state at.
Right.
It said on those billboards, come on vacation, leave on probation. Because South Dakota is not a state you want to get in trouble in, because they will get their hooks into you. And hey, guess what? Now you live in South Dakota.
That's welcoming. Yeah, I'd feel very warm and wanted.
South Dakota is such a shithole. I was stationed in North Dakota for 3 years.
That's why I brought this up.
Okay,
Right.
So I was up in Minot,
Okay.
about a half hour south of the Canadian border.
Right.
My first wife was my connection, but it was pussy. And she was really good at giving it out to me.
Oh, well, that's good.
Who knows? Maybe there were other people.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the meth went to other people, so maybe she was she getting pussy for other people?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That'd been hotter, actually.
Yeah, that
I'm
would've
not
been-
really one of those.
My wife has a girlfriend. That's pretty hot.
Oh, that is super.
Your
hot.
wife now has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right, forget everything we were just talking about. Let's stick with
Where
this.
do you live now?
I live in New Mexico.
Oh God, you're
I
so
married a
fucking
Nebraska
boring.
girl. Though.
This is the most boring thing I've ever. No,
Well, he said his wife has a girlfriend. That's not boring.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
Your wife has
We're running out of Arkansas next. Like,
Right.
or
running out of boring
Alabama.
states. Well, that's an interesting place.
I haven't been down south, and so this is my first trip, like to
In the Northeast,
or whatever.
Mid-Atlantic.
sounds like your wife has been down south.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, many times, many different borders, really.
And she's damn good at it.
Yeah.
And the first trip to New York, yes?
Yes.
Now, and you didn't bring the wife, so how much trouble are you in? That explains the hat.
Right. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did you drive or fly?
I flew.
Okay,
I
and
flew.
you didn't bring your wife?
No.
Okay.
Although, and we thought that, mainly it was because she would have to work or whatever. And then after the tickets, I had already bought my tickets and stuff like that. Maybe about 3 days before my trip, her job decided, oh, you know what, because she works at a restaurant that's family owned and it's real willy-nilly on when they're open sometimes.
Okay.
Like the owners will just decide, hey, you know what, we want to go on vacation for a week, and so next week we're not going to be open these 4 days or whatever. You know what I mean? And so they did that like 3 days before I came. So my wife is actually off work yesterday and today, so she totally could have came on this trip,
and she's totally free to not be watching right now, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's probably sleeping.
Yeah,
and she generally.
a couple
she
hours.
generally doesn't watch she doesn't watch my podcast and stuff like that.
Smart.
It is
it's the root of a happy marriage.
kind of. I guess because I do. I mean, I say she knows that I say all the stuff that I say. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing that I learned a long time ago to run those kind of things by her. Like if I think I'm going to talk about this, or if this is something I might want to talk, we're going to have a discussion about it. Is this okay for me to talk about?
Right.
But she also knows that I'm a very transparent person. I try and be very open. Yeah. Because the kind of life that I live, I was a piece of shit for a long fucking time.
I believe it.
Like, yeah, thank you. Thank you. And I still fall into it from time to time. It happens. I fall into it for sure because I was that way for a long, long time.
Right.
But, going to prison really made it to where I had to take
a lot of time to think about stuff.
Well, listen, a lot of people don't do their time in the way that I did it. A lot of people go to prison and they do the same stuff that they were doing to get themselves there, or they learn new stuff.
No, you should be commended for it.
Yeah.
I'm totally fucking with you just because it is great that you're at this end. You know?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, really. That you made it out the other side, man.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. That's why I put this tattoo on my neck. This is an American flag with a 5% symbol in there.
Okay.
Because when they assessed me while I was going into prison, they did what they called the projected recidivism rate, which is the likelihood that you'll go back to prison within 3 years of your release. Mm-hmm. And at the time, the state of South Dakota was averaging about 74%, which is still really bad. That's a super bad recidivism rate.
Yeah.
But
it's a shithole.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And they lock you in like they're locking you in on purpose, believe me.
We need to up our population numbers.
Yes.
Go arrest more meth
There's
heads.
still not 1 million people there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. South Dakota's population is less than 1 million.
North Dakota, when I was in North Dakota, I was there from 95 to 98. Every year, they lost more people than were born in the state. People left the state more than were born there, which is insanity.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's so cold. Like, I did a show last year in Fargo, the last weekend of
so
March.
Warm in Fargo compared to Minot.
And dude, in Fargo, like there were still piles of snow like 12 feet fucking high.
They know how to plow a road because they'll go down the wrong way at night to make that strong. Because it'll come up 3 feet on the side of the road, and they go through the reverse way so that they go right up against it and they shave off anything that might be hanging over. They are top notch. Coming back here was horrible because I came back here and I'm like, just fucking plow the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. How about when it snows in fucking New Mexico and there's one plow for the whole fucking town?
That happened when I was in North Carolina, Wayne County, North Carolina, where Seymour Johnson Air Force Base is. One plow for the entire county.
Oh, God.
We had 2 plows on base. We would lend out both of our plows the few times that it snowed there to be able to plow the county.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, most of places that don't really have snow, they're not equipped for it.
Yeah.
Why would you keep that?
I was surprised they had one in North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina. Yeah. You have one plow. Okay. Wow. What idiot took a flyer on fucking who got sold by the door-to-door plow salesman in this fucking place?
We got duped.
Yeah.
Speaking of Fargo,
that and they have a high school band now too, and a monorail.
Oh man.
Fargo, the movie Fargo is playing at the Patchwork Theater tomorrow night with William H. Macy. He's going to be there. Take your questions. It's only about a half hour away from here.
Oh my God, I fucking love that movie. Although it did make me terrified of wood chippers. I mean,
right.
I was already pretty horrified with wood chippers. That's Drowning Mona. I just actually watched that the other night. There's one of the characters doesn't have a hand, right? And they do all these flashbacks where everybody kind of says to each other like, it was an independent movie. Bette Midler was in it. Danny DeVito was in it. Casey Affleck, Nev Campbell. And so this guy only has this stump, and everybody in town goes, hey, I heard it was. And they do a flashback. And then they finally do like how he lost his hand. And it's fucking hilarious. Kind of Hot Tub Time Machine. You ever see Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah.
The way the guy loses his arm, like keeps on, like, who's the guy?
Cusack.
Oh no!
That's another
Corddry.
movie.
Rob Corddry keeps every time something happens because they've been go back in time. He'll stop and go, no wait, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and it never happens. Yeah, love it.
Wasn't it a truck or something that like hit it off?
I think it ended up being a truck, but there was one point where he was like doing ice sculpture and he slipped and the chainsaw went up in the air. And Corddry's like, hold on. And it misses him.
Dang it. No, that ain't. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was kind of a running joke throughout the movie.
I love that kind of.
I do like running jokes. I do like callbacks and stuff, especially within movies because they're a little tricky.
Well, you only have so much time, and a callback joke is one of the most powerful jokes there is.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's a reward for paying attention.
Yeah,
and people fucking love like I got it, and it's so funny though, like because most callback jokes, people be like nobody else around me was laughing, but I was, dude, they were laughing. I was watching from the other way. They laughed. You weren't the only one, but you also don't want them to feel not special.
Right.
So you were the only one. Oh, that's so good.
So you mentioned before about being a shitty person. You said I was a shitty person. Matt Napo said was. So
well, thanks, Matt.
And I noticed while you're here, you've been doing certain things, and I want to talk more about what you've been doing. But I have noticed there's been no talk about actually meeting Matt Napo.
No, we're supposed to meet up tomorrow.
Oh, you are
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I noticed it's not.
Cool.
But you haven't even mentioned it, so I'm excited. I'm assuming you're not that excited about it.
No, you know what? I really would. I think maybe the reason I didn't mention it is because maybe I felt like he wasn't that excited about meeting me.
I could see it from both ends.
All right, then.
I could definitely see it.
I guess I'll see him when I see it.
How did you end up on his show if you guys never met?
Oh, you know what? That's a great question. So he found me online somehow.
M4M.
Huh?
Sounds like a stalking thing.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, Matt does deep dives on the internet and stuff like that, and so he came across my YouTube and then messaged me about being on his podcast like a little over 2 years ago, I want to say, because I think it was February 2 years ago that I was on the podcast for the first time.
Cool.
And then I know that I was on like maybe 2 or 3 more times, and then he said, well, he basically kind of gave me like a backdoor pass, like a link that I could just join the podcast anytime. My apologies. I didn't.
No, that's super hot. It's just hot.
Into that one, Matt. I apologize. That was totally on me.
Let a man just be turned on.
I should have sidestepped that landmine. But
Kelly President Beanflicker says you guys met on OnlyFans. who is Kelly President Bean Flicker?
That is the president of my fan club. So she
Sounds like it. Yeah.
I met her. And I've never met her in person either. My fan club president, I have not met in person, and she has not seen.
I haven't met my fan club person either, president, because they don't fucking exist.
Yeah, well, right. She does a great job though of letting people know what's going on, and she does these really cool things. That are
With ping pong balls?
These weather reports.
Right.
And because I send her, I've sent her some. She'll ask for pictures and stuff to make content or whatever, and so I when I was in South Dakota this last time, I took a shirtless picture with like the snowy hills behind me and like this hat on, and I'm like,
real thirst trappy.
Yeah, huh?
Real thirst trappy.
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of thing.
yes, very and she has some weird weather app that like tells her really weird things about what the weather is.
Yeah, it's called Apple Weather. You just put in the place that the person is, and then you can tell them what the weather is.
Yeah,
there.
no, but this one's like jokey. It's
I know that one. I have a friend of mine who posts because she's in Atlanta, Georgia, and will often post a screenshot of whatever that weather app is like, it's miserable out, but you're a miserable piece of shit anyway.
Right,
like that sort of thing.
Yeah. Like it's going to be a cold night. It'd be good for a mouth hug or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and so she does those. She does these weather reports where like I'm like in some risque sort of position or whatever, and then it's just
Right.
Are you sure that she's not a fat man in his 60s?
Yeah, no, we video chatted.
Because she just said it. I could be a fat man in my 60s. You don't know.
I'd be okay with that probably.
Oh, all right.
I mean,
okay.
Because like you know what? I remember the first time I masturbated for a dude online. Like a lot of my friends were like, dude, that's totally gay. And I was like, how is it gay? I'm not doing anything with another dude. I'm just jerking off like I always do.
There just happens to be a
This is my kind of amorality, by the way.
Yeah.
100%.
If you want to pay me for doing what I always do anyway.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What, you're going to watch?
And this guy did pay you?
Yeah.
How much?
It was only like $50 or something like that. But yeah,
paid
he
you
paid me
$50
like $50.
Hey, $50 is $50.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, way
and you
better
don't
than 20
actually
bucks,
have
right?
to like physically be in the room with the person.
Exactly. Now, I will say, like, if it was like the same room or something like that, I'd probably feel differently.
Yeah, no.
It
It absolutely.
Probably.
Yeah. Like I said, this is my style of amorality. I 100% get what you're talking about.
Right. If there's a line. There's
Yeah.
people are far too often very black and white. There's a lot of gray area
absolutely.
to life. That's where the real
I don't want to
living
have to
happens, is
smell
in the gray
anybody
area.
when I'm jerking off. I just want to smell me. And the smells that I've chosen to be in the room with me while I'm jerking off.
Right.
I'm very nasal. Some people are anal. I'm nasal.
All right.
Ivory Fields is watching. Ivory Fields, a great comedian. He what happened?
No, because I'm reading his comment.
Oh, he goes, that's very gay, bruh. And he said, now he says $50. Yikes! This sounds like the end of Boogie Nights. Yeah.
See, Ivory is just jealous that nobody is tracking him down for this sort of action.
Ivory, I had no idea we were going down this road today on this show.
I wish I had more similarities to the end of Boogie Nights. That just
the fake penis. Yeah, I also wish I had a fake penis.
Flopping out there.
Andrew Fremda says a lot of gray area. No, I think you mean a lot of gay area.
Yeah. It's a thing with his mouth. Like he can't say it. You're like gray.
I have trouble with the R. I have trouble.
Gray. That's gray. I'm gray.
Oh my god!
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's difficult.
So, I'm totally all right. So. So are you like on a website or something? People like get to pick you.
I mean, that was a long time ago. Like
pre-prison or post?
That was probably before I went to prison.
Before. Oh, okay. All right.
So not making a lot of great decisions back then.
No.
Right.
No, I was not. And I mean that's probably fair. I don't know so much if I do it now for a dude. I mean, my wife and I have talked about starting an OnlyFans. We actually attempted to a couple of different times.
Oh, okay.
But apparently I can't hold my ID steady enough.
Well, what you're doing right now, you're going back to jerking off for men.
Yeah, I'm almost done. So if you could just keep doing that for another couple of seconds.
And he's going to give you $50.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right?
That's like 2 care packs.
Yeah. I have a very active imagination. I can picture the penis there. Close your hand more, though. Like a lot more.
I spent 10 years of my life making $28 a month. $50 seems like a lot.
Yeah, no, I feel you, dude. $50. That's significant.
And 10 years is damn significant.
Yeah,
That's a
is.
long freaking time, man.
Especially for robbing a flower shop. You know what I mean? Like that seems excessive.
Well, that's not what you did, but no, I'm kidding. That's what you got 10 years for robbing a flower
I robbed
shop?
a flower shop.
Okay.
And it was armed robbery because
were you stealing flowers or the money?
You know, and that's such a good question. I get it all the time.
Okay.
I did steal money, although when I do my routine, I talk about how there was balloons and this, that, whatever.
Do you know how much those Mylar balloons are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really ham it up with those.
But that's what made it a felony was the Mylar balloon.
Yeah. That's what made it a felony. I will say the other question I get asked a lot is, was it Valentine's Day? And no, it was not Valentine's Day.
When was it?
It was the day I needed rent.
I'm curious, what time of year was it?
Oh, it's today.
It was
today.
this is the date?
Yeah, no, that's part of why
we were talking about it before you got here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like St. Patrick's Day, more of a St. Patrick's Day kind of thing.
Sort of, yeah. Beware the Ides of March, as Matt always likes to say.
Well, that's Roman, but okay. But the Ireland was never part of Rome.
Yeah, but no, I mean,
what did we say? 17 years ago today? Is that what we said?
17 years ago today. I didn't even think about it being.
Still couldn't vote in this election. But go on.
Can though.
No.
Well,
the
not here in New York.
No, your crime couldn't, because it's only 17.
Nice.
Wouldn't be until next year, and they're going to miss this cycle.
I do like living in a state that does allow me to have voting rights because like a lot.
I've looked into New Mexico. It's a pretty kick-ass place, from what I understand.
And like taxes and stuff like that are really good. Like the state health care is really good in New Mexico, and it's beautiful. Oh my God!
Where in the state do you live?
So I live in Grants, which is about an hour west of Albuquerque.
Okay.
And it's so beautiful. My wife and I, when we got married about 20 minutes from where we live at the Sandstone Bluffs. And so we got married on a cliffside on Halloween at sunset.
Gun to our head.
Yeah.
On Halloween?
On Halloween,
nice.
yeah. Well, so
were you in outfits or
what?
Were you in like costumes?
Yes, we were, but not like Halloween costumes. We were in traditional Celtic like stuff.
Right.
So I was in a kilt. I wore a kilt for my wedding. My wife had a very nice dress with a beautiful robe over top of it that kind of matched my kilt or whatever. It was really nice. And then what was the other thing? Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry.
It's all right. We have that effect on people.
It was a beautiful. We got hand fasted. So
hand fasted?
What is that?
It's the original. I shouldn't say original, but it's an old Celtic way of getting married, where there's like a member of the community, like a
jerks off in front of everybody.
yeah. No, you're supposed to have like an upstanding member of the community. So my sister worked for the city at the time.
Okay.
And so we actually had her be the one that tied the knots over our hands.
Right.
My brother-in-law at the time did the officiating.
Okay.
Which was really cool. But we got married on Halloween and in that manner because my wife is a Wiccan.
Okay.
So
I'm familiar with that. I've taken part of the October 31st New Year's ceremonies, eating the almond cookie, sitting in a circle.
Yeah.
It was Queens College. But anyway, go
on. To be fair, I probably don't know as much as I should about like what she gets into. Like I know the basics and I know.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask because I don't know what Wiccan is.
It's witchcraft. I mean,
okay. Okay.
I married a witch.
She's a witch.
Yeah. But she's a beautiful witch, and I love her.
So can she like since she's not working, can she just like transport herself here? Like, can she just all of a sudden appear in the chair next to you?
No, she's not that kind of witch.
That's not witchcraft. I don't know. I am.
Yeah. She's not a wizard. She doesn't work at Hogwarts.
I'm a very simple man. I have no idea.
Homos presente.
Hey.
Wait, that's the spell that transports us to New Mexico.
Oh.
Put me in the room with the homos. Yeah, maybe that's more it.
Wow.
I really have no idea what's going on here today.
I'm trying to come up with the spell.
Oh, is that what that is? Wow.
That's a great Fremder comment.
Is that
It's
the Millennium Falcon on your shirt? I didn't even check.
Yeah. It's all sci-fi stuff.
Oh, okay, great.
Fremder says robbing a flower shop is prison slang for rape. I love that. I fucking love. It's like meth head jargon.
Right.
You know,
I will say, my first 3 months in prison were a little rough. Like because.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
That's so crazy because everybody else I've ever heard, the first 3 months are like a fucking dream.
A country club.
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. No, I will say though that I do think that the laughability of my crime definitely led people to think that I was somebody to put pressure on.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
To me, it would be like, everybody would be like, he's the flower shop guy. We're going to leave him alone.
I think that's eventually what kind of happened, especially because like they gagged me all the, you know what, that's a bad way to say that. Hang on, let me.
Right. But I wore a balls goatee. That's a much nicer way to say
they would always pull pranks on me. Like I remember one time there was this guy, and I'd been in a couple years already or whatever, but there was this guy who just come in, and when he got sentenced, his wife actually moved to Sioux Falls so that she could visit him more. And
right. Yeah, that happens a lot with a lot of prisons. Yeah.
And so like that guy, he wanted to do something nice for his wife, and so he wanted to get her some flowers or whatever, and he had asked somebody like, hey, where's a good place in Sioux Falls to go get some flowers? And like, oh, you should definitely go ask Conway. Conway's the guy you want to ask.
Just don't mention Mylar Balloons. He flips the fuck out if you mention Mylar Balloons.
Oh, dude. So this guy, and he was an older guy, you know, and I think he was in for like DUI, something stupid, you know what I mean? And so he comes up to my cell and he's asking me about flowers, and I'm like, oh, you trying to be fucking funny right now? You think you fucking, you know? And he's like, no, I'm really asking. Oh yeah, I'm sure you fucking are, dude. You know, I mean, I got so mad at this guy.
Oh my goodness.
And then all of a sudden, like 3 cells down, I hear my buddy just fucking laughing his ass off. I'm like, Jeff, you motherfucker. Like, quit sending motherfuckers to my house.
And then we raped the guy. Like, I just feel like every prison story should end that way.
Yeah. And then the guy got raped.
I mean, he was good.
Yeah.
Submitted quickly. Not so much effort.
So, so speaking about your wife and your wife, the witch, what's this karaoke thing all about?
Oh, okay. So the karaoke knockout is a thing that we've both gotten involved in. To be honest, I signed up for it because my wife asked me to.
Legit.
Yeah. When you're married, you understand that sometimes you just do what your wife.
Dude, I have been to
not.
Bed Bath and Beyond before.
Yeah, exactly.
Move on.
That's
exactly.
it.
So it's a chance to win a trip to perform. You win a trip to Los Angeles and you perform with like some celebrities and you get on some podcast. You know, it's a nice little to do.
So it's a karaoke contest?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, the eventual event. So like right now I think I did one song so far for the knockout that's I think it's viewable on my YouTube. If you go to William Conway on YouTube, it's on there. But and I have a number of songs that I've done through my Star Maker app that I practice my music on or whatever.
Cool.
Basically, it's so that I can keep my strength in my singing voice is the whole reason. Whole reason I do that app the way I do it today is so that because I'd really like to get to a point where I gig more consistently.
Sure.
But one thing that I noticed when I first started like going on the road and traveling is that if I'm doing, 2-3 shows a week or more, like my voice really takes a hit. So I was like, okay, how do I combat that?
Right.
And the way you combat that is by training your voice to be strong all the fucking time.
Right.
You know,
You never know when you're in a battle to the death. So you
Right.
need to
Yeah.
your voice to be
Yeah.
strong. Yeah. I watched a lot of My Little Pony. Friendship is Magic. The second one's the best one. It's a series of movies.
Okay.
I'm not going to go too far into it, but they're pretty fucking great.
All right.
Well, you're definitely into it at this point.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I can't help it. I actually
I don't know how that's the gayest thing we've said so far. I don't.
Yeah.
Stick around, is I guess what I would say. Yeah, no, I do a whole thing. There's like a multiverse aspect to it that it's a good introduction to kids to be geeks. That and Amazing World of Gumball. But anyway, I digress.
So I'm trying to find your YouTube, and
It should be just my name, William Conway.
all right, I'll look again. But I'm
Did
scrolling.
you say William Cumboy?
Conway.
Oh, Conway.
Where
my
there's a
bad.
con, there's a way.
That's it's the way my ears work. And again, we're trying to get gay, right?
And I'm scrolling down, and woman arrested for playing with herself on the beach. Why does that? That has nothing to do with you, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
All right.
no. Well, I mean, she might have been watching my videos. She probably was watching my Star Maker songs on YouTube and started diddling herself. Why do you think Kelly's the beam flicker?
Do you run into like a lot of like because your name seems pretty like a kind of a common?
It is. It's
a
super
very common name. So do you run into a lot of that? Like, have you ever been mistaken for another William Conway?
No, I don't. I mean, so my dad's name was also William Conway, which is how you know he's a narcissist.
Yeah. No. I dude, the people who walk around calling themselves senior, those are the worst fucking human beings ever. Right? Think about it, because you were not senior before you had the kid. You decided to name the kid after you, which is incredibly narcissistic.
Yeah.
Call him Junior, but now you're like, I need fucking people to know. They don't see me with the child.
Right.
They have to know
that
I'm a senior, that I have a junior. So they throw senior in the and like I see it sometimes with football
you know what's
players.
still worse than that to me? The third. You know what I mean?
That's not their
third-
fault. Well, and knowing Hugh Daniel Murray, we know there's a comic here on Long Island. Hugh Murray is fucking hilarious, and he does this whole thing. He's the fourth.
Oh wow!
But if it comes down to just his initials, if you remove the middle name and the last name, it's HIV.
Oh no!
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
I love and he does a whole bit on it. It's fucking hilarious. You should Google him, check him out.
So here it is. Foolish Games by William Conway.
Oh gosh, we're listening to this right now.
Yeah, I have it on right now.
Dark eyes and careless hair fashionably sensitive to care.
And then
the volume is probably down. There you go. You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the president of your fan club thinks this is the best one, and I like it.
She loves it.
This is my heart bleeding before you. This is me down.
You sound like
on my
the guy that groomed Jewel. No,
The groomed Jewel.
What made you pick this song?
You know what? I really like the intensity of passion in this song.
Jewel's got some great songs.
Yeah, like Jewel's actually one of my favorite artists. She was right next to Korn in my CD case growing up. You know what I mean? Like I've always
Because
had a
alphabetical
very-
order, J, K.
Yeah, of course. Exactly.
But then Hole. Cornhole.
No, I fucking hate Courtney Love. That fucking bitch.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. I like listening to her.
I pretty much feel like she was like the downfall of Kurt Cobain. So,
Well, it's easy to blame the woman.
sure, yeah, it's
It's
very
like Yoko
easy.
Ono. Like, John Lennon was enough of a douchebag on his own. You know what I'm saying? It's just easy to fucking say, like, oh, this fucking Asian chick came along screaming.
Yeah,
And now he made that decision. He was a douchebag. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry.
Did you know
Like,
that?
how fucked up is those lyrics? He's talking about beating his girlfriend. I really enjoy black eyes. I love when a girl's got pretty eyes, especially when they're both black.
I want to punch your face.
Oh my God.
I want to punch your face.
And when I statutory rape your ass. Wow. Yeah. No, it can get pretty bad.
There's a lot of rape going on this show today, and a lot of gayness. This is
prison.
the weirdest show.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad I get to provide these things.
The thing is, he's being such a dick. It's usually very much subtext. He's just upset it's out in the open. Now we can't go home and jerk off thinking about the show.
Now,
I believe that was you last week.
I do want to mention, Matt and I did a song together. That's actually what really bit me with the bug to get, because I've had like lyrics in my head for a long time, because I don't play anything. I just sing. I don't play any instruments or whatever. But like when I was 12, I started seeing a counselor for mental reasons or whatever, and I wasn't very talkative. And he said, "Well, why don't you try to write?" And when I wrote my feelings and stuff, before I was ever taught anything about poetry, like it just came to me in prose, you know.
Right.
And so I've had songs like locked inside of me for a long, and then one day, like that poetry just started like having its own motion, and I started to like hear the melody in my head, you know. And so like I got a bunch of songs that are just locked up here, and I was talking about that with Matt one day, and he was like, he sent me a message after we got off. He was like, you know, if you're really interested in getting into music, you know, maybe I can help you out a little bit.
He's a great guitar player.
Oh yeah, he's an excellent musician. He's got a huge library of music to listen to, and even the song that we go out on, that Turn On Your Radio, I fucking love that song. I groove to that all the time. There'll be times I'm just sitting in the back listening to it, just dancing around.
Is that how you dance?
Yeah, because
of Whitey.
That was South Dakota white.
Yeah, exactly.
Iowa,
Western and
a
white.
little more Iowa. I see the Iowa in there.
It's not good.
So, what are your thoughts so far of New York?
It's very intimidating. I'll be honest.
Where did you fly into? Which airport did you fly?
I flew into JFK.
Okay.
And but I did, like, you know, I did ask people where do I want to not go to, because I've heard, you know, terrible stories about LaGuardia and stuff like that.
It's not bad. Now, actually, they've finished redoing it. It's fantastic, but LaGuardia will give you more of a feeling that you're in New York when you land.
Oh,
like as soon as you
JFK
exit,
is still easier to get in.
It is.
Out
it
of,
is. It's a better. It was the good choice, but LaGuardia, you come out. You're in Queens.
Oh.
You come out. You walk out of the terminal in JFK, and you're at a airport.
Yeah, no, you can't even. And actually,
it's not the same vibe.
You can't even walk out of there. There's no. Google will not give you walking directions out of JFK. You can't.
No, right, exactly, because you're. Yeah. It's that airport could be literally anywhere in the country, because that's like go to Minneapolis. It's the SeaTac. It's the same type of setup with like huge parking lots and hotels and shit like that.
Oh, I do want to bring up an argument real quick. So Matt Napo told me that you guys don't have malls here. You guys don't have malls in New York. And I'm going to say he doesn't know I was in a mall right away when I landed. JFK is a fucking mall.
Well, you have that, but like that's like actually an insane statement, because Long Island is sort of like the mall capital.
Yeah,
well, like we talked about earlier, Matt Napo is deaf, so maybe he thought you said malt liquor.
Well, he's also out in Wading River or something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I was very surprised. I was like, I can't believe you guys don't have malls.
No, we have plenty of malls.
Literally, I had to drive past one right by my house, the Smith Haven Mall, which is probably the biggest one in Suffolk.
But I mean,
the second biggest one.
Most of these transit places you have, I mean, that's pretty much what a mall is in the Midwest. There's stores of every kind.
Oh, there's stores everywhere,
and food court, the food court kind of thing.
Well, but it's not just a food court. You got apparel stores in there. You got souvenirs. You know, all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So.
Malls are so Matt Napo's comment.
No, literally, I was in fucking Roosevelt Field last week.
Right,
Smith Haven Mall is fucking. The traffic is insanity.
Yeah, he's saying malls are extinct post COVID. One mall is closed, the Sunrise Mall, that closed since COVID.
That's right?
What?
Or was that Sunvet?
Whatever it was.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a piece of shit.
It's known as Sunrise.
It has its own Twitter X profile, the Sunvet Mall. It's hilarious.
He says all the stores are closing. That's the case in some malls, but I would say
not the Smith Haven Mall. The Smith Haven Mall, there's shit coming in.
Right? Yeah. Matt, I don't even think that's the case for half the malls on the island. It's again Sunrise Mall. Yeah. I mean, that place emptied out. Broadway Mall is starting to kind of.
It was like it had its heyday in the '80s, the Sunvet Mall, and so the Twitter account is hilarious of being like, "Hey, do you want to relive your old days?" Like it's like it's a comedy,
right?
Profile. It's very funny.
I wonder. Somebody's got to be assigned to that. I'm sure, like one particular person. I bet it's probably one person's job. That'd be an interesting job to get, to be like the Twitter person for.
Well, I think somebody just made it up, and we're making fun of the Sunvet because it was dying at that point,
right?
And now it is dead. Be interesting to see what goes in there.
But now he's like changing it to strip malls. Like,
are you kidding me? Okay, on the way to Matt Napo in Shoreham. It's literally right next to.
It's only Matt Napo. It doesn't matter.
What? Just stop it, Tony. Sick of you holding me back. No, so. In Shoreham, there is what I call the perfect strip mall. It is amazing. It's on 25A.
Who thinks about these things?
If you were to drive by it, you would fucking have an erection and orgasm spontaneously. It has everything every strip mall has. It's very long. It's right across from like a sod farm. It's very long and has literally... Name something that's usually in a strip mall.
Tobacco store.
They've got that.
Porn store.
Well, no, we don't. Okay, here we don't have that in every strip mall. Like, or
casino.
We don't have casinos.
Oh,
here.
wait. What South Dakota calls casino is just video lottery machines.
Yeah, we don't even have that. No. I mean, well, there's in the pharmacy, you can get lotto. You can play all the lotto things.
I'm going to guess there's definitely a dispensary.
There's a deli. There is a Chinese food restaurant.
Is there a store for compact discs?
Probably.
Oh, well.
But, dude, there's like 50 fucking stores in this thing, and it's amazing, and I love it when I can stop there. Becca hates driving past it with me, because usually she's driving, and I go...
Well, you're just going to go right by it?
Slow down. And I'll be like, slow down. And then I look at all of the... It is amazing. He should know what he's talking about. What I'm talking about.
And did you say across...
There is a deli in that.
I
stopped at the deli.
I'm sod farm.
Well, yeah, right. Delea sod farm. Because Suffolk County more so has more of a rural, like the wine region of Long Island does not include where you're at.
Okay. Matt Napo just called you a liar.
Well, I'd rather be liar than a fucking delusional about the fucking malls, the strip mall in Shoreham. It is amazing. I've tried to take panoramic pictures of it and whatnot before, but it just doesn't.
This is the strangest.
Oh, yeah, well, the Jake's 58, yes. Jake's 58 is casino, but we're talking about in a strip mall. Like what? There's a nail place. There's a karate dojo. There is...
Oh, yeah, karate dojo that is very...
I'm talking about like anything stereotypical. Yeah. Something that like you see... You don't even stop at that strip mall. The stores that are in there, that's what they have. They have everything.
Well, John Rusiello, though, was saying, because you said before we don't have casinos... in Suffolk County, I think, or
in New York. Yeah,
right.
No. But not like. I'm sorry. I abbreviated. I didn't want because I know what you're talking about of those video poker fucking machines that are like in every Perkins and anything.
Matt says Bagel Lady is not a deli.
You could get cut meat there. You could get a sandwich that was not just on a bagel.
You can get a roast beef on a roll.
You can absolutely get a roast beef on a roll.
Cut meat at a moil.
What's that?
At a moil, right?
A moil, yeah.
Yeah. There's cut meat there.
It's little small portions.
Yeah, very small portions.
It's not the black people for Hebrew Jewishness, but.
I believe the question was, how do you like New York so far?
Yeah. So you've seen JFK. Where are you staying?
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, don't ask. Don't
Oh,
ask.
really?
Bro, okay, yeah, no, I'm saying this is not an endorsement. I just want to say that out the fucking gate. I'm staying at the Grand Hotel on Bowery, and
In Manhattan?
No, it's in Brooklyn, I think. Technically, it's on Bowery Street or whatever, right by like Bowery and Grand, like right in that area or whatever. I don't know. Am I saying
familiar.
it wrong?
Wait, what's the name of the hotel? Because that's going to be the easiest thing. Grand Hotel?
The Grand Bowery.
Grand Bowery
Hotel. And it's more like it's a hotel / hostel. Okay.
Sounds hostile.
Yeah, it's very hostile. Let me tell you. So the room that I'm in, it's like
Bowery
a sleeping room, and then I get a shared bathroom.
Yeah, no, Bowery Grand Hotel is downtown.
Yeah.
It is Manhattan.
It's in Manhattan. You're in Manhattan.
No way.
Brooklyn, the Bowery Grand Hotel.
Yeah. Okay.
That's Manhattan. That's Brooklyn. That's Long Island.
Okay. Well, why does it? Okay. Well, maybe it gave me that one because it's close to Brooklyn or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea.
Possibly because it does like have the direct. This isn't even.
All I know
it's the
is
Manhattan Bridge. You're by not even the Brooklyn Bridge.
I decided to walk to the mic last night from the hotel because it was only like an hour or whatever, and I'm a walker. I like to walk, and I figured it'd give me a chance to actually see the
stuff.
city,
Right,
see
yeah.
the neighborhood.
No, it's smart.
I will say that walk across the bridge was fucking. It seemed like I felt like I was walking forever across that forever. I took the subway back because I was like, "There's no way I'm walking across that bridge in the fucking."
If I could just show you the Brooklyn Bridge, which is inconvenient, is much shorter. Do you see the Manhattan Bridge is the top one?
Yeah.
The Brooklyn Bridge, which is a few blocks
So
south of
that's
there,
the bridge I took. Was the Manhattan?
was the Manhattan Bridge because it's a straight shot from the.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was a real, and that was the other part. This is a real easy walk, no problem.
My great grandfather owned a restaurant, the Bowery, in that area that's called the Bowery. So that's why I'm like, as soon as you say Bowery, you mean Manhattan Island.
Oh, okay, all right, my bad.
No. It's like
know.
the song. And I used to have to go through this in the Air Force all the time with explaining where I'm from, and I say it's like the song. And to the New York Islands, it's plural.
Yeah.
And then you draw. I would draw the map and show Staten Island, Manhattan Island, Long Island, Governor's Island, Roosevelt Island,
right.
Liberty Island. Like it's a group of islands, and a lot of people, if they don't come here,
they have no idea.
They have no clue that it's. You ever see are you a fan of Batman movies?
Yeah, of course.
So Gotham City is a combination of three places, but primarily two: New York City and Newark, which is right across the Hudson River. And then also it's Philadelphia because of the amount of bridges. Like if you ever see the first one with Christian Bale and the Scarecrow, like his whole plan is, or Raj Al Ghul really planned to have them shut down all of the bridges.
Yes.
And keep all of the, like Rikers Island, we have a prison island in in the north of Queens. So, it's kind of like an always interesting thing. So you're staying in Manhattan. You went to a Brooklyn mic last night?
I did.
What was the name of the place?
Billy, which was really cool. 605 Manhattan Avenue, I think is the address there. It's a cool little weed joint. There's a place very similar to this in Albuquerque called The Hall that I've done a number of shows at. I really like these weed spots that have like lounge areas where they do comedy shows, music shows, all that kind of stuff. Those are some of my favorite places to do a gig at because they're just chill. The downside is they're always small. You know what I mean? Because they're just not big places. So, I mean, at most you might get 20, 30 people at most.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
But it's such a cool atmosphere. And, being a smoker, I will say that, I've tried to kind of down how much I smoke because I definitely feel like it affects my productivity sometimes.
Sure.
So it's actually kind of a blessing because obviously I didn't take anything on the fucking plane because I was way too nervous for that kind of shit. And so, I've only smoked one time since I've been here. We got the guy. Oh, is that right?
Where?
Oh.
I mean, I have a pen out in the car, too. but
it does. I think it helped as far as like. But I will say this also. The other thing about New York that I'm finding, it is so. If you don't know the transit system, it's so fucking confusing.
Oh yeah,
it's so confusing.
If you just take the time to look at it, it's actually a very logical.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Thing,
That's
it's
for
not
sure.
It's not 100% reliable.
The problem is that New York is a bustling place, and when you're going places in New York, you're going places in New York, and you're not slowing down to take the time to read things properly.
Well, we have sort of a stereotype of a fat Midwesterners just like wandering, staring up as they're walking through places like. Get the fuck out of the way, because I have somewhere to go.
Yeah. So the reason I haven't been that guy, because I could very easily be that guy, because I've been lost in the transit system. I don't know how many fucking times already. Okay, took the wrong train, had to go back the other way, all this kind of stuff, right? But the reason that I'm not being that guy is because a very good friend of mine, my friend Dave, he actually sent me a video on things not to do in New York. Like this is what pisses off New Yorkers about tourists. Don't do these things. And one of those things was like being a fly in the ointment of the flow.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like don't muck up the works. If you got to stop and figure something out, step over to the side so that you're not. Yeah. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
You. Yeah.
My friend Dave helped you with that one.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Shout out, Dave.
I think
and
that's
thanks,
a
Will,
valid
for paying
point.
attention to this.
No, it's a because it is, and the summer is actually I feel like the worst because that's when the most people have off and they come here. I mean, it's their once in a life. Some of them, it's their once in a lifetime.
Oh yeah,
a trip. But it's like, dude, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Well, and you know, Matt has been very like he doesn't understand my desire to be here right now. I don't think, in the ways of like, because the biggest reason I wanted to come here was because Matt decided to do advertising for Coffee with the Dog on Times Square in the New York MTA. Now, let me put it in perspective for you. I grew up in a town of 3,000 fucking people where, you know, life is slow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like doing something, being involved with anything that someone felt was worthy of putting an advertisement up in Times Square, like it may be, you know, listen, I have dreams. I have big dreams. I definitely do. But here's the truth of it. The fact that I'm involved with something that somebody felt was worthy to be advertised at Times Square, this
shows how badly
thing.
You judge people's character. No,
yeah, you know.
Wait a minute. So I saw a post about it, but I thought it was a joke. He really is posting he's.
Yeah, no, he did an advertising. He's been running ads. I think they've been running probably about 5 weeks or so. So we've
Isn't
had
that crazy money?
Yeah, no, it was super expensive.
Yeah,
he has talked about his buyer's remorse quite often.
Well, and
because I don't think he feels like he got a very good.
Modern marketing too.
So you,
I've seen one post. Somebody else posted a picture.
Well, you haven't been to Times Square yet.
No, you were there yesterday.
First place I went.
Oh, is
and
it?
I did. So I did not see the video wall because, and I talked to Matt about it. We talked about it a little bit this morning. Like, there's, you know, they got the agency has a couple hundred fucking billboard, video boards that they do.
So somebody did see it and posted a picture of it?
Yeah, somebody in the subway, but they didn't see it on Times Square.
Oh, okay.
You know, I did think about going there maybe one more time and trying it out, but I would.
Well, you also see how busy it is there, right? Like,
and I went early. I was there because I came into JFK at 6 a.m. and I went straight to Times Square.
Okay.
And so, like, I was there super, super early. Like, a lot of the characters, police were still like getting.
They
their
were sweeping
costumes
up the
on.
homeless people.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they had already kind of chased off the homeless people if that's a problem overnight, because like there were maybe I saw maybe 2 or 3 like in the actual Times Square area.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was only like 2 or 3, and I imagine they probably ran off to some extent. I don't know what the rules are here. Like in Texas, you can't, because I did some shows in Texas a couple years ago, and you can't the police cannot tell homeless people to move in Texas. Like they.
Well, it's a little complicated here, but it's not just like move along, homeless person. Like it's not like that. It's they put them in touch with the services that would help them out, and you can't forcibly make somebody move. But there are ordinances about how long you can be and where you can be set up, because you'll never see a homeless person like near the curb for the most part.
Really?
You'll always see them by the
is that why everybody was looking at me? So yesterday before the show at Uckbilly, I went outside to have a cigarette, and I just sat on the curb.
Generally speaking, you stay away from the curb because that's where the danger is. We have a lot of times where it'd be like last night in Brooklyn, car jumped the curb and killed 6 people. Like,
oh God,
we have stuff like that. Like you just tend to stay away from.
Yeah, I picked a spot between 2 parked cars and just like camped in the. But yeah, I was getting some weird looks from the people.
Well, that's also generally speaking, more people will pee on the curb than they will on a building, because you can see them peeing up against a building.
Right.
You don't see them so much peeing up against a curb between a couple of cars. They were probably waiting for you to fucking take a shit. They were probably like, that guy's about to take a shit. Because you shit between cars, right?
So
like that's what all I've ever done.
That's what I've been waiting for here.
It's not, you don't want to fuck around with the diseases. That's one of my favorite things to see in the summer is some fucking girl who's taking NYU classes at NYU, summer classes, and they're in their sundress and they're barefoot walking up and down in front of the public library across the street from Penn Station. Ugh. And you're like, and they're having their friend take a picture of them, and you're just like, that's really gross. That's like you really don't know what's been on that. I mean, sidewalk.
I will say going back to my hotel room, I'm pretty sure that there's cum stains all over one of the walls.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Probably. I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. And the room, I was going to say that the room is literally, and I'm not even kidding when I say this, the room is smaller than the cell that I spent 6.5 years.
I don't doubt it.
You know, like it's about the same width-wise, but it's actually shorter in length. Because
it would be more like the size they would give you if you just robbed one of those guys selling flowers on the side of the road. You know, in terms
just
of
a vendor,
right? Like a vendor,
not
on the
an
side of the
actual
road.
store.
Like put them in the smaller one.
Matt Napa says the video runs 2.5 hours per day, the cheapest hours available on random screens. Now, but Matt, they don't give you the schedule of when it's running where, so that like you can get a time and somebody like Will can go there and see it at the right time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And it must be. I don't know. I feel bad. I don't want to ask him how much, but
well, you can have a private conversation.
Yeah.
I
would think,
and not even like a conversation. I wouldn't want to talk to him. Just text him.
well, he's still carrying on about the malls too. He said
Andy with the fucking.
He said, where'd it go? Shoreham Plaza has 18 stores and 5 that are closed permanently. Just Googled it. That's the entire town.
Dude, it's amazing to see.
Is that mall you were talking about?
It's a strip mall, yeah. It's amazing to see. It is huge and amazing.
South Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Empire Mall is the largest one-story mall in the country.
That's such a northern Midwestern thing, too, to not have a second floor. It has
143 stores, and it takes up like 5 fucking blocks.
You know, if you can... How long are you here until?
I leave the 19th. I fly out the 19th.
I have no clue what that is. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because if you can get across to the American Dream Mall, that's pretty amazing. That's over in Jersey.
I mean,
they actually have an indoor ski slope.
That does sound cool. I don't know if checking out malls is the best use of my time.
Oh yeah, no.
So
I don't know. You kind of just vibe me as a let me just go check out the
no,
malls.
I'm a mall walker. I like to go walk.
This
the
show
malls.
has
I'm a
been very
people
gay,
watcher.
so yeah, go shopping at a mall.
Yeah.
Kind of fits with the tone of the.
You're welcome.
We definitely take the lead. You definitely take the lead, Toad.
I haven't said 2 fucking words
I
in
know.
about a half hour.
He's a sub.
So Matt with the video, that's what kind of
Yes,
gave you the motivation
that made
to come
me want
here.
to get to New York so that I could see that like during its run,
And then
like St. Patrick. So I grew up in a
St.
town
Patrick's
that was
Day, right?
Irish Catholic,
Oh, wow.
and so even though we were a small town, 3,000 people, like I said, but we had fucking Irish dignitaries would come for our fucking St. Patrick's Day parade, like St. Patty's Day, huge fucking deal.
Right.
So and that sounds great, but New York City is famous for.
And not only that, but you are very far. I'm going to tell you from where. It sounds like tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yeah.
But you're going
No,
to
Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, it's Sunday. Are you're thinking about going to the parade?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure you plot out your plan of how you get up there.
Right. Well, and I mean, so I don't. I got to talk to you guys to see whatever you guys were talking about while I was gone or whatever. I don't know because you said something earlier about Sunday, and then Matt made it sound like it might be tonight. I don't know what's happening.
As far as the comedy club,
yeah,
there's no shows on Sunday because of St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, okay.
I think you're wrong. I thought there was one.
Bet you $1.
No.
But there's a show here tonight with a guy, a producer that we know, and then tomorrow night he's producing a show at Governor's. They have 3 clubs here on Long Island. The one that's about half hour to 45 minutes east of here. The same producer has the show out there tomorrow. So yeah, I was. You know what? Screw it. I'll call him. I'll call him right now and put him on the spot.
How we do this.
And yeah, we're going to ask him if he can give you a few minutes.
That must be somewhere else then.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. You owe me $1.
Because
no, I never agreed to it.
Like
no,
getting on a show will obviously adjust my plans of what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Sunday. So yeah, but Sunday there's no shows here. But you've also been saying you're not drinking while you're here.
No.
So you're going to celebrate St. Patty's Day without drinking.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, mainly I'm going to document other people celebrating St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm going to do.
All right, I'm putting you on the spot. You're on the air.
Okay.
So we have a friend here. He's originally from South Dakota. He's been lately in
New Mexico.
New Mexico. Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
I had a brain fart. New Mexico. This is his first time in New York. He does comedy in New Mexico. So we see that you have a show tonight in the Giga Room and a show tomorrow night at McGuire's.
Correct.
And he's willing to jerk off in front of you. If you give him a few minutes.
Okay, so the last thing you said, completely not necessary.
Damn it!
Yeah, he's very upset now.
Damn it!
I'll let you take that one. You can do it while you guys are on the podcast.
Well, Andy's here. Andy, he's been the recipient of it a couple times already. So.
Yeah, I can't believe you would think it didn't happen yet.
Sounds messy and fantastic all at the same time.
Yeah, well, that's Andy. You know that.
Where is he staying? Is it easier for him to do Governor's, or is it easier for him to do?
He's in the city, dude.
Yeah, he's staying in Manhattan. So at this point, it doesn't matter. He's just happy to be here.
I am.
Though Governor's would probably be better.
Okay, so what I will tell him is if he can bring 17 people.
Well, yeah, maybe he'll meet some homeless people or something and bring them along.
Pull a Katrina Reese.
They can afford 2 drinks. And they cannot in any way, shape, or form transfer or try to barter by giving dirty shoes for drinks. They have to actually pay for them. Yeah, I can give him a spot tonight. That's absolutely okay. Only because it's your recommendation. Because as everybody in comedy knows, I don't do guest spots.
Anymore.
I was going to say, you gave me a guest spot once.
Yes, I do not do them anymore. There's a very, very, very big reason for it.
Oh.
I do not give guest spots anymore. But I will make the exception for this one absolute situation
Hey,
because of one Tony Walker.
Listen to that. Huh? How do you like that? All right. Well, I owe you one, pal. I owe you one, and it was a lot of fun with you last week in here. I'm glad you finally made it in. And I hope it's not the last time.
You got it, brother. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Love you, baby.
All right, there you go. Come back here tonight.
All right,
and
awesome.
His name is John. Just say Johnny Butts.
And what you do is you'll
John
come in
Butera.
the front door,
Uh-huh.
and you'll start to go down. As soon as you walk in, there's a hallway that goes down to the right. Of course, there'll be somebody there, and you just be like, "Hi, I'm on the show in the giggle room," and they'll go right ahead.
Okay.
And then John Butera is a short, fat Italian guy.
I'll show you when we're done. I'll show you the room.
All right,
And
sounds
we'll show you a picture of
What
Butera.
Good question. You got it?
Yeah, I had to pull up Governor.
Probably 7 or 8.
Yeah, it's usually they've been they changed the times.
But it's great. I mean, you're in the same hallway for, because they have the main stage.
Yeah.
So you're in the same hallway. So you'll be meeting all
7:30.
folks.
It's a 7:30 show. So yeah, definitely
Okay,
get here
yeah,
by
I'll be
7
here like
o'clock
7,
if that's
a
cool.
little before maybe. So this is actually a resurgence of sorts because I did stick my toe in the water before I went to prison. I actually did my first stand-up routine in June of 2002. I did a competition, and for that competition, the winner got to be one of the rotating house MCs for Nitwits Comedy Club in Sioux Falls, which was a brand new club. Like Funny Bone was closing, and Nitwits took over the same location, and I won that my very first time on stage. I won that contest.
Very nice.
And got a paying gig as a host, and I think it kind of worked out to be like every 5th week or so, you would do a week of shows because they did a show Wednesday night, Thursday night, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday.
Wow.
And then so I did, and then after about a year and a half of that, I went to LA for about a year. And my favorite shows to do in LA, there were 2 places that I loved doing in Los Angeles. One of them was an open mic at a fucking bowling alley called Canoga Park Bowl.
Oh, cool.
That I loved doing, and that's where I met Dante the comic, and he was like my first comedy mentor.
It's that Dante who is here in New York. I know
No,
there's a
he
guy
lives
named
in LA.
Dante. Oh, okay.
Him and his wife run Golden Artist Entertainment. Okay. Very good guy. We've had him on Coffee with the Dog before. But the other one was the Belly Room at the Comedy Store, because on Thursdays back then they did Crack 'em Up Thursdays, which was like a predominantly like urban comedy night, and I loved doing that room. That was my favorite room to go do because they're one of the toughest rooms on comics. You better be fucking funny or they're gonna let you know you're not. You know what I mean? It was one of those rooms.
Hell yeah.
It's actually where Spanky Hayes was actually the host for a long time, which he was on Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon for a while.
Oh, okay.
But I loved doing that room, and and so this is like a sub room, like a smaller, the giggle room.
Yeah,
or whatever.
sort of, yeah.
I often those are more fun. You know what I mean?
It's a good group. There's a couple of good friends that are on that.
The headliner is...
It's kind of a local
he's
heavy hitter.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Chris Monty will be there tonight.
He's
amazing. You'll laugh your ass off, and he's a good guy as well. So you got a good show in there tonight.
Thank you.
That'll be...
Emily's featuring.
That.
Yeah, Emily's featuring. Jules is in it.
Jules is in it. Who was hosting?
Ellison?
No. Ellison's on Kelpies tonight.
Was it? No, it's not Emily.
Oh, Delaquilla.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
a newer guy. I've only seen him a few times, but he's a good dude. But who's somebody's birthday? Kevin Anthony. I don't know that guy.
Me neither.
I don't know Peter Anthony. I wonder if they're related. Isaac, I know. Yeah, most of the people I know in this. It's a good show.
Right on.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Good for you, man. That's great.
I appreciate that a lot, Tony.
Oh, absolutely, no problem.
And you, Andy.
No. That's we like. Who's gonna ask? And it's better if he asks,
right?
Because
right,
it's Tony, and they don't want to make him feel bad about only having one leg.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't even talked about that at all.
Yeah, but that's because you're here. He's here all the time. We talk about his leg all
my
the time.
dad is a double. I shouldn't say was. He passed away, but my dad was a double amputee.
Double.
Yeah. So my dad was an alcoholic, and he was also diabetic.
Oh, that's a good combination.
So yeah, he drank himself out of his legs. So. And it wasn't even.
Where do you put it? Seeing as you don't have legs.
Yeah, it was. You got a hollow leg.
Yeah, right.
You know, and it's really funny because he was notoriously like the guy who could drink and drink and drink. A matter of fact, I had guys when I got to be to the age where I was going to bars and stuff. They'd see me. You're Big Bill Conway's son. I'ma buy you a beer.
Oh my God!
I see your dad drink.
It sounds like it sounds like as terrible in the Midwest
Yeah.
as I imagined.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking
like
terrible.
growing up there.
Yeah. And I want to say, bro, like here, one of the things that I think is beautiful about New York City, one of the things I love the most, and I noticed it a little bit in Chicago when I was there a few months ago, the individuality that is here, like people being who the fuck they are, is so prominent here.
Right.
And that is awesome. Because like coming from the Midwest, everybody's the fucking same.
Yeah.
Everybody's a fucking cardboard cutout of the same fucking person, or you know what I mean? Groups of people, whatever. Like individuality is snuffed out in the Midwest. It really, really is.
Yeah, but it'll only take one subway ride where somebody just starts screaming. That will make you be like, you know what?
But
fuck this.
You know what though? I mean, I've been in the mental institution a number of times, so that's really not gonna thwart me. You know what I mean?
Aside from the gay stuff, the least surprising thing was brought up.
Right.
I think you'll love it here tonight because you have a variety of different types of comedians.
Yes,
but meanwhile, Governors, all three of their clubs, all of their stages, it's the best audiences. Even the national headliners, sometimes we'll set up in here on a Saturday night and we go live and we get them as soon as they come off the stage. They'll come in and sit down and they're like, best audience. It's the best audience. New York City is full of tourists, so you don't know what you're getting. It can be very woke.
People are barking. People are barking people in, so
Right.
your crowd is going to probably not speak English.
Right, true.
And
That
be
happens a
here
lot
on
actually in the
vacation.
city.
Yeah.
Where here, it's all Long Islanders, and yeah, the general, the stereotypical attitude of a Long Islander is just sitting back. Okay, make me laugh, jack off. You know, and you can say, you can get semi-politically incorrect and not have to worry about it.
Well, it was just reposted. Kevin James, you know who Kevin James
Yeah, I
is?
love him.
Okay, Kevin James was on the
Mhm.
Joe Rogan Experience,
Yeah.
and there's a clip, and the club posted it. I know Don posted it. I think
Well, the
you
Don-
shared it as well.
It all came from Don.
Oh, it came
the
from
club
Don?
shared it from Don. I shared it from Don.
and that it's them sitting talking about what Long Island's like, and Rogan saying, "I love Long Island. I love doing Governors."
Cool.
Like it can also though like be a little like it can get a little combative. It can be a little like it's all the things you want.
Right.
Like that edge. Like there's an edge. There's an energy. You're always gonna get it.
Cool.
How it ends up panning out.
Right. Well, that kind of depends on you. You know. Yeah.
Partially, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you.
I mean, well,
Because sometimes somebody's just having a night, man.
Right, that's true. That's true.
But
I
these
will
guys
say,
are
though-
good for getting them out, though, too.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
another important kind of.
Yeah, no,
aspect.
that's very true.
This is a really it's amazing to have like this level of club sort of in this suburban kind of environment.
Yeah.
But you see, it's not that far. Like you almost can't tell where the city ends and Nassau begins in certain spots.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that seems to be true about pretty much all these communities.
Yeah. You don't even know you're in the next
cross the
town.
street, you're in another town.
I tell people sometimes when people not from New York is you'll be driving along on like a regular road and all of a sudden it just says you're in Islip now.
Yeah.
And you're
Right.
like, there was no break.
Yeah.
Because like when I was stationed in places where there were these vast farms.
Yeah.
And
Miles.
whatnot between
Miles and miles. Yeah.
between towns. Like it was a half an hour to get down to Minot, the town, from Minot, the Air Force Base. and it when you see it, it's like, oh, it doesn't stop. It's this over and over and over and over, carbon copied over and over again. But
so you mentioned Kevin James. I want to talk about this real quick. So and this is absolutely true. I remember where I was the first time I saw Sweat the Small Stuff. And I remember that being the first time that I thought to myself, because and it was like right before I started doing comedy, I'm pretty sure. Because at the time I had a lot of pressure from my friends. Like my friends were like, bro, you're so funny. Like you always make us laugh. You got to try it, And I never, I grew up really rough and I had a very abusive dad. And so I've never felt very good about myself. And so like me being someone that's going to be on TV is just like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? But like when I saw Sweat the Small Stuff, I was like, fuck, man, maybe I could. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like Kevin didn't have the usual look of,
True.
And yeah, you know what I mean? And because I've always had a few extra pounds or whatever, I've never had a 6-pack or whatever, and I don't know, I kind of had this idea in my head.
Oh, stop.
That,
I'm sure you've had plenty of 6-packs. You definitely look like it.
Of alcohol, yes. Just never on my abs.
Right.
Is what I mean.
I guess there was that time I passed out with my 6-pack.
Yeah. But seeing him do that, that's special, and that was a really good special. Like I remember the Q-tip thing, the underwear thing, and I really and he was my favorite part of Hitch. Oh my God, I fucking love that movie Hitch. You know what I mean? And so like looking up to him has really kind of helped push me.
Yeah.
And like
you identify with him.
Yes. Yeah. It helps fight that imposter syndrome.
Right. Be like, hey, there's a place for this.
Yeah.
For
like I don't have to be a dreamboat with a 6-pack in order to, be well known or
He still maybe at this point once a year he still shows up here.
Yeah.
And actually, one of his buddies who was on his Kevin Can Wait. Did you ever watch that show?
I have not watched Kevin Can Wait.
Chris Roach.
Oh, okay.
And he's a headliner, fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
But he comes to the open mic that out in Mount Si, like way out east for here on Monday nights. It's always great. He comes in. Sometimes he'll do shit. Sometimes he won't. But it's great because Billy gets to bring him up as TV's own.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he's here regularly. And
he's great.
He's a powerhouse. And a super guy. That's I think that's the case for a lot of comedians. I mean, a lot of them
finding and identifying.
Yeah, because they don't have the matinee
star.
idol looks about them.
Right.
It can't all be me.
Not that he's not cute. I don't want to.
I
give
fuck him
Kevin
too. He's
complex.
famous. Are you kidding me?
You're a beautiful man, but
you would jerk off in front of him.
If he asked me,
I would. Yeah, no,
I
would let you watch me jerk off, Kevin.
Yeah,
for free even.
You won't even have. I won't even charge
He's
you
got the
$50.
money.
Yeah.
No, he's got the money. Let him
Just
pay.
put me on a show, man.
And Joey Cola, who was the warm-up for Kevin Can Wait. He's playing the Brokerage tonight and tomorrow.
And Laura's
hosting tonight.
My best friend, Laura Patton.
I don't know if she's hosting tomorrow. She's definitely hosting tonight.
Yeah.
And we're glad you're watching here because Joey's on BAB this morning. Those guys suck. Joey should be here. So we appreciate you guys watching this show today. Kevin James helped the dad bod movement. You don't need 6-pack abs to be a dreamboat. Oh, okay. And then Matt Nappo, of course, says Kevin is an athlete.
Right. He went to the high school, the high school that my daughters are going to go to.
Okay.
Both Mick Foley and Kevin James.
Oh yeah, they were on the wrestling team
in
together.
Setauket,
Right.
which is out east on the North Shore. Yeah. They were on the wrestling team together.
Yeah,
I believe Kevin played football
Fucking what?
for Ward Melville, but yeah. No, it's pretty crazy. And in that area, forget about it. You
know
can't
what?
talk bad
I
about
got to
anything.
say, I think Kevin, just in case anyone knows Kevin and wants to talk, I feel like he's missing out on some potential material there. Like, bro, you used to wrestle with Cactus Jack,
right?
You know what I mean,
Yeah,
dude?
right.
Love.
And if I'm Was it Mick Foley or Kevin James' dad? I think it was Mick Foley's dad was the wrestling coach.
Oh, really?
It's one of them, and I think it's Mick. That his dad was the.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Right, Matt
Gary Valentine.
Right, Matt Napo says, don't forget Gary Valentine. Yeah, Gary Valentine, in my opinion,
Very
is
funny.
He's right up there with
his
Kevin.
brother, right?
Yeah, that's their brother. Yeah. Gary Valentine, been in here a couple of times. Super nice guy, and yeah, again, I think he's just as funny as Kevin, if not better, in my opinion.
I wanted to mention him, but I couldn't remember if it was Gary or Greg, and I didn't want to get it wrong like an asshat. So I just shut up.
No, I feel, dude, I would do the same thing.
So thanks, Matt.
Stukit.
What?
Andy is money. Dude, I live in East. First of all, it's East Setauket where I live. Well, the post office looks at it as Setauket-East Setauket, and it is you have to actually drive into Port Jeff Station where I grew up to get into my neighborhood. So this is not a money neighborhood. So just want to make that completely clear.
I can't believe the shit ass hotel that I'm in is in Manhattan, because like Manhattan,
You're right by
Manhattan
Chinatown.
in my mind has always been like
I'm checking you for bedbug bites right now.
Yeah,
this whole time since you said that,
me, that was the first thing I did. Like I noticed the room. I looked at the wall. The first thing I did was pull back the sheet and like check that like seam.
Should have brought a beagle in.
Did you know in advance it was a shared bathroom?
I did know it was a shared bathroom. Yeah, I did.
See, that would have right then and there. I would be like, no, thanks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was more of a monetary decision.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was like, okay, what's the cheapest hotel I can find?
Wow, man.
And like, what's the cheapest place I can
Matt Nappo didn't say, hey, just stay with me for the week.
No,
That
no.
son of a...
No.
Well, some friend he is.
I think he's trying to sabotage your trip.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it sounds like.
No, I definitely...
He wants you. He wants a whole rhinestone cowboy kind of fucking vibe, or not? What was it? The one with Voight and is that Rhinestone Cowboy?
Isn't it?
I have
No, I think
idea.
Rhinestone Cowboy is with Sylvester Stallone and Dolly Parton. Oh, fuck, I can't. I'm walking here.
That's
Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight Cowboy. Yeah.
I always thought that line was from Forrest Gump.
No, that's from Midnight Cowboy, and it's a legit they fucked up and let a cab go through where the streets were supposed to be blocked off.
Oh.
And he literally almost hit Pacino, and Pacino fucking slapped the fucking
Dustin Hoffman.
Sorry, I'm having a day.
Yeah. Well,
I got really high. I got really high last night.
We're gonna hang out later.
If you want to come out east,
you're gonna go in the parking lot after the show, and then you'll still be here, for the show tonight.
Hey, I got nowhere else to be.
you
You
wake
know
up.
what I mean?
Well, it's
my show's here. You know, I got a real gig. Fuck those mics.
Sativa, so you might be up. So, but
all right, almost time for us to hightail it on out of here. Do you have anything you want to promote?
Just check out my socials.
You're going to Pennsylvania next week.
Next weekend on Friday. I may or may not be here on Friday, depending on how the driving pans out. I'm not driving, which is great. So it'll be with Rob White. Butera is headlining, and Roseanne Sorrentino. So at least there's some eye candy.
I just hope she gets back safely and not walking funny.
Wow.
Well, you never know, you freaks.
Wow.
I know. I'm scared. I'm very scared for her. Roseanne, you're not watching, but
right.
Anyway, drive yourself. It's worth it. Just for the smell alone.
I just figure the back seat's going to be me and her.
You wish.
Whoa.
Like I said, Roseanne, please drive yourself.
It's safer.
It's much safer, and
and
it'll smell better.
Well, all right. Here, it's sort of a creep.
Yeah.
We'll see how much of a creep John is.
We'll see.
Hey!
All right.
That's right.
But it'll be a creep meter to see if Butera gets his way into the back seat.
I have no doubt he will.
Because he does like to sleep while driving. I imagine I'm going... the real deal is I'll probably be up front with Rob White, and we're going to have a massive fucking argument about conspiracy theories.
And now I just have this visual of Butera sleeping and drooling on Roseanne's shoulder. Roseanne, drive yourself, Roseanne.
Oh, my socials, I'm Andrew Plagainos, Plagainos is how it's spelled on Facebook, and I'm LINYROX on Instagram, which it was a handle that I came up with when I was missing New York. It is Long Island, New York Rocks. LINYROX.
Oh, is that how that happened?
Yeah. It started out as a Yahoo Mail when I was in Korea, and I was like, I need to make a what do you call it? Email address. And so I was like, I miss home. Well, nobody has this. Yeah, for good fucking reason. I don't know if anybody's been denied Long Island, New York Rocks. I will sell it to you. And by sell it is I will give you money to take it from me.
So I tried to get ConwayComedy.com, and you're never going to believe who has the rights to
Tim
that.
Conway?
No. Kellyanne Conway. I shit you not.
Well, because she would want to protect herself.
Well, apparently, when she was in college, she did some comedy open mics, and she bought the fucking domain.
Bitch.
Yeah, and I'm like, listen, I could have $1 million fucking dollars at my disposal, and I still wouldn't buy that fucking thing from you.
Well, that's probably why she's holding on to it, because otherwise, why not just let it go?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure
somebody else would have picked it up before
but I'm not giving money to Kellyanne Conway.
So you should do the better Conway comedy.
Right. Ooh, that's so smart, Tony.
Right.
That's the move.
I'm here.
That's a move.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The real Conway comedy.
Yes. Something like good like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one Conway comedy. Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna work on this. We're gonna work on this.
We'll get you all banged up before you get the fuck out of here.
All right, very nice. We appreciate you guys watching today, and of course, please again subscribe to this channel, the Govs Comedy Club podcast YouTube channel and the Facebook channel. Everybody have a great weekend. We are not in here this weekend. Having my daughter's birthday party tomorrow, and then Sunday is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God, is this the birthday week? Like you just like.
Well, we took her out to dinner with family on the actual birthday on Wednesday, but now tomorrow is when she celebrates with the cool kids.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of cool kids, look up Conway's Cool Kids on Facebook. That's my fan club.
Nice. You really
Conway
do have a fan
Comedy
club.
81 is my Instagram.
Put this into perspective for me. So over there in New Mexico, like, is there a comedy scene, and where are you?
Okay,
are you like kind of a known guy in the area?
No, so I'm more known in the Midwest for sure. Like the Sioux City, Iowa, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Mitchell, South Dakota. Like I have a whole bunch of shows.
Let's face it, Sue's like him.
Right. Yeah. I'm real popular with the natives, but no, I'm definitely probably more well known in the Midwest for sure.
Okay.
So when I first moved to New Mexico, I did it more so because I was interested in getting involved with Netflix because they have a huge studio in Albuquerque.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But like I moved there right after the pandemic, like right as the pandemic was happening is when I moved to New Mexico. And so it was really weird. And, obviously every scene pretty much took a hit after that.
Oh, yeah.
They have a very vibrant scene. They actually probably have like maybe 2 or 3 different scenes that function completely independent of each other. From what I've seen, there's like pockets of these people work with these people work with these people.
Yeah,
and,
that's the same. You go.
I'm not a big fan of that. I fucking hate that kind of backbiting bullshit.
Well, I don't think it comes from that. I mean, it appears like that because people have personalities and whatnot, but it's just natural to go with people that you get along with.
Like,
why are you going to go to somebody that you've maybe had a bad dealing with or whatnot?
So, in my opinion, it comes down to people don't like diversity.
That's true.
People want to hang out with people who sound like them, or they want to put people on the show that are like in the same vein as them. I'm completely the fucking opposite. Like when I'm producing shows, one of the first things I'm trying to do is diversify my lineup every way I can in styles, man, woman, white person, someone that's not white. You know what I mean? Like I want if I have 4 or 5 comics on a show, I want there to be somebody in that 4 or 5 people that touches everybody in the audience. I don't give a shit which one of them it is.
That's why John puts 12 people on.
Yeah, that's why I'm included.
Not
tonight.
anymore. He used to. He had a rep for a while, but he's done a very good job of cleaning it up.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you're only going to have, I think it looks like only like 6 or 7 comics on the show tonight.
Yeah, and to me, it seems like it's more like that. It seems more like people that just can't diversify, and I don't want to be around that. So
I hear you.
I haven't been very active in the Albuquerque scene, and the guy who was giving me the most stage time, like everybody in Albuquerque hated, but like, you know, the reason people hate on this dude, and because I'll stand up for him. Listen, if anybody could tell me something that he actually fucking did that was improper, I'll fucking back you up.
This happens, I think, in
but
every
if you're
scene.
gonna tell me that he just gives you a bad vibe or whatever, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you for trying to ruin this fucking dude's life because he made you uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, did he do something that made you uncomfortable, or are you just a snowflake motherfucker?
Well, a lot of the times it's like people misunderstand. Certain things.
Kelly, President Beanflicker, says Will loves touching people in the audience.
I do. I do.
Okay, I won't be here tonight.
I've actually ran through the audience before on shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, that's what you have to look forward to tonight, New York.
Yeah.
All right.
Just watch out. That getting up on that stage is a little difficult. The stair.
Well, we're going to show it to you.
Okay,
Yeah,
good,
thank
good,
you.
good.
So head on over to govs.com. Some of the comedians you'll see on a governor's stage this weekend. Chris Monty tonight, Emily Santosis, Jules, Kev Herrera, Gary Viter, Joey Cola, Mike Tanzi, Alex Bradley, Billy Geyer, Courtney Otero, Joe Winchell, Mike Ellison, Laura Patton, and now Will Conway, the one we'll see.
Did you say Joey Cola's on this show?
No,
he's playing
in the
the
brokerage.
Oh, you know Joey?
Yeah, I mean, I know of him.
Right.
but
Well, he's going to be 10 minutes down the road.
Soil
15 minutes
myself
down the
a
road.
little.
If you're, I mean, that's up to you. I mean, yeah, it is. It's only about the brokerage. One of the other governor's comedy clubs is really about 10 minutes away.
So
I don't
by
know
a
if
car I don't have, you mean?
Yes, pretty much.
okay, all
Yeah.
right.
By
Just
walking,
making-
you'll get there
clarify.
next week.
It's like 3 weeks by walking. About that.
Head on over
which
to
way you take.
Head on over to govs.com and go see a great show this weekend. Great weekend for going out and celebrating. And of course, you can see the full schedule of Governors, see what's going on. A lot of great shows are coming up. John DeResta, who's playing next weekend, he's already made his reservations to come into this studio.
Ooh.
So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a special show next Thursday afternoon with me and Don. All right, and of course, don't forget KnockemDeadComedy.com. We have we're going to be playing at that meatball place in Patchogue. We got 4 dates that you can see right there. Don't forget, I don't have a flyer yet, but don't forget September 28th. You can see Knockem Dead Comedy. We're performing in the Giggle Room. We're hosting a game show. It's the Triple X Trivia Night. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to that, and we have a date in September for the brokerage and a date in December for the for McGuire's, but they're not cemented yet. So, but they're penciled in. But I'll keep you updated. All right, and that's that. So we're not here this weekend. So we'll be back on Monday. Have a variety of guests coming in next week, and hopefully we'll see you on Friday. Tell all those guys. Tell them to come in.
No, because they're leaving at 1 o'clock from Rob's tattoo shop. So.
All right, so tell them to leave at 10:30 from Rob's Tattoo Shop and join
I
us
imagine
there.
1 o'clock was picked for a reason, but I'll put it out there. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
You know what? I know why you had Tony make that call earlier now.
That's right. That's
Very
right.
clear.
Tony gets things done, damn it.
I'm
Thank you so much
pussy.
for having me.
Thanks for
Thank you
coming,
for being
dude.
here, Will. It was
Appreciate
a
it.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Good to hang out with you and see you in the flesh. We had Matt last week. Will today. Yeah, well, so maybe
Get
we'll
up here, GD.
GD. Where is he?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's not far.
Pennsylvania?
All right, GD, come up here
I came
next
way
weekend.
further.
Okay, we're out of here. Everybody have a great weekend. KnockemDeadComedy.com, Govs.com. We'll see you guys later. And Will and Andy and all that stuff. See you later. For your event today. What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. She had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. All right.